Big up, everybody. It's your girl, Sofia, aka Sophie, back here on Sophia's Football Talk to talk about AC Milan versus Inter, the Milan Derby in the Champions League semi-final first leg. And my second team, some of you guys know, y'all know, a Man United supporter. But back in the day, I have been an Inter Milan fan. And they still have a soft spot in my heart. I love the team, and I'm excited. So 2-0 for Inter. The two goals by former Man City player Edin Dzeko and the former Man United slash Arsenal player um, Henrik Mkhitaryan with the two goals. Should have been more, if we're going to be honest, but it's at the end of the day, good game. Leao did not play in this game as he was injured. As some of you guys know, uh, this is a call-in show, so I will very shortly put out the link in the comment section so that you guys can come on, share your thoughts about the game and whatnot. But yeah, make sure that you, of course, give this video here a big thumbs up, as it does help the channel to get pushed out there for more people to discover, for more people to then be like, yo, maybe we might need to kind of subscribe to the channel and whatnot. We might need to do that. So yeah, and please, feel free to join the SFT membership. It's another way for you guys to be able to support the channel. We have a link in the pinned in the comment, but also in the description box. If you're watching this on a computer, scroll down, click the join button, and you'll be able to like I said, become a member. You'll get a badge next to your name, customized emojis that you can use, member shout outs, sneak peek into upcoming content, and behind scenes stuff as well. So, no pressure, but hey, another way to support. But regardless, you support by liking, subscribing, and watching, which is all free as well. So yeah, like goal for today. Although we already have 15, great. We'll say 50. Why not? Go big or go home. But I'm already home, people. So we might as well just go big. You know what I'm saying? Let me say hi to the comments here. Big up to Jordan. Make sure you do subscribe to his channel. Yes, yes, yes. He probably might be, joining. So yeah, Ozo says you must be really happy. So, but this tie ain't over. Oh yeah, I'm happy. Don't get it twisted. I'm happy. But like you said, Osan, this tie it ain't over. It ain't over. But I believe, and to be honest, what did I predict? Because I did do a Champions League prediction on Monday. I did have like a show about that, right? But after I did that live stream, then I found out that Leao was injured. Like I didn't even, know about that at that in that initial moment. But I think I was saying 1-1 is potentially what I said for that game. But that Inter would go through regardless. So the fact that Inter got 2-0 should have, like I said, it should have been more. Um, I was very content with what Inter did. I felt like they should have been a bit more clinical, especially in the second half. Like um, early on in the second half in Milan, AC Milan came a lot more into the game, but we should have been a bit more clinical if I'm going to be honest. But at the end of the day, I am quite content. So, big up Ravi says, big up Sophia, always giving the people what they want. Hey, thank you. Big up Louis Jackson, hope you're doing well. Also says Hakam Shalom Nuglu. Salhanuglu. Hey, should have scored as well as Soph to put it 3-0, but he hit the post. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We had moments as well, for sure. A question here by Ravi says, Sophia, who do you think linked up well for Inter? Let me put some Bastoni. Look very good. Barella, yes, bossing up in that midfield. Barella, I might need him to potentially holler at us at Man United. I might need us to do that. I might need us to do that. Also, Mickey, at least up until he did get a yellow card and then he got subbed off and whatnot in 63 minute. But also Njeko, We gotta, because I was a bit surprised that Lukaku wasn't starting, but it looked good with having, you know, what's it, Lautaro Martinez alongside Edin Dzeko. Edin Dzeko, I mean, s- he's a player for City and whatnot. Even though he's like what past 30s and whatnot, mid 30s or something like that, age like fine wine. I gotta tell you, looks incredible and did play well. Yes, like Ravi said, Dzeko's still a great player at his age. Exactly. I'm not gonna lie. I really, really enjoyed watching, seeing Dzeko play. Especially that goal, though, was so good by Edin Dzeko. I loved it. Very good. And also Mkhitaryan's goal as well. I was like, yes, this is some sexy football. Love it. Big up to Racha says good game. Rest at the moment Inter had in the game was awesome. Got in and around. Found the space, especially in the first half. Exactly. I agree. Rest says AC were not clinical. They weren't. Agreed. James says City and Madrid will. Okay, I don't like it. Our word, both of this team. Uh, let's not, our word, and let's not do that. Let's not do that. Okay, let's not do that. Mm-mm. Let's no. Marianne, big up to you. Says, oh, I'm so not in the mood for this, but big up, Sophia. I get that. I mean, Marianne is both a Liverpool supporter, but also an AC Milan supporter. So hey, I get it. I get it. Big up, though. Big up. Big up. Wait, Broiler says, please give super chats, give super chat, or your comments will not be picked. I mean, let's not. I don't want to force people to. Broiler Tomula, big up to you. Like, thank you, but like, I don't want. We're not gonna force people to. This is not what I'm not gonna beg people to send super chat. I'm still gonna be reading people's comments. I mean, obviously, if there are some people that do send super chat, those are gonna be prioritized because that's, or if somebody are members, of course. But I'm not gonna be like, okay, if you don't send a super chat, I'm going to not read your comment. Let's not. That's not what I'm doing. But big up to you. Divock let me down again. Hey, just don't talk. Please give a super chat. It really. I mean, hey, hey, yeah. I think he might be just innocent. But let's not force people. Big up to Devils. Rising says, good evening, Sophia. Hope you're well. Coming from a Milan fan, you deserve the win based on the first half. But second half, if we had been more clinical, could have snuck a draw. Second leg is mad. I see that. That's what I'm saying. Second leg. Second leg. I mean, not second leg. I mean, second half. If you were just a bit more clinical, it could have been a draw for sure, for sure. So I think both teams could have been a lot more clinical in the second half. Let's be honest about that. But I still do feel like, that we kind of had it was a good job. It was a good performance. We like it would have been a bit more done with a few more goals because when that second goal came, like literally the two goals came in within like 10 minutes, the first 10 minutes. I was shocked. I was like, oh, this is gonna be a long day. They defended well. And I felt like AC Milan was quite sloppy here and there. They seemed a little bit rattled. And I know that they were missing a big time player such as Rafael Leao due to injury. I get that. I get that. He would definitely be a difference maker. But I don't know. Maybe I might be a little bit biased here and whatnot, but I just, I was very happy. I'm not gonna lie. The only thing I just wanted a bit more was to see at least a third goal. Really wanted it to be like a game that could be just killed. You know. James Ryder says, would enjoy a good conversation with yourself about this game. Hey, pick up. I mean, it's just about joining if you want to, of course. I'm going to read some more of your comments and then I'm going to bring you guys in. Let's see here. Davis Rice said the entire midfield for Inter linked perfectly with Bastoni. My opinion from rival point of view. Exactly. Yes. Also says, also, did you see Kronic punch Bastoni in the back? Yeah, I did see that. And I was kind of like, okay, this is a bit. He didn't even get a card for that. I did feel like Bastoni, like, brother, you went a little like, okay. Sometimes people are doing a bit too much with going like, oh my god, oh I'm hurt, but like at the same time, should have been, you know, should have been a card. But hey, Rory says when Dzeko left City, I would have had him at Liverpool. Hey, I think a lot of people would have had them. Real talk. What is it? AC Milan were a bit unlucky. I don't even want to say if they were a bit unlucky. I don't know. Hmm. Versus good job on Inter to win. Milan did a pretty good second half. Could have done more though. But hey, why was Bastoni playing at striker left wing? I feel like they were interchanging a bit here and there. But hey, Devils Rising says can see Milan need to seriously invest in the summer. Oh, for sure. Right wing is a serious issue again. Need a striker at their prime age. Midfield needs investment massively. To be honest, I think Pioli is losing control. Good point. Good point. Yeah, from like winning, when they like AC Milan won the league last season, right? And then it was Inter the season prior to that. So maybe they should have gone a bit more heavily in the market. I don't know. AC Milan doesn't have some same bite fight with Starboy Leao. Exactly. I see that as well. I didn't really feel like it was a proper like this is a derby. Like it's a big derby. I felt like Inter knew, yo, this is a derby. We're gonna show up. We're gonna show up. And the penalty call was right. No pet. Oh yeah. I agree with that. No pet. No pet. Relying on Leao is great for his quality, but need more than just Rafa. Exactly. You can't just solely rely on just one player. Big up to him. He's incredible. I would love to have him at Man United. Don't get it twisted. But the fact that if the drop off is going to be that you know apparent after losing a player, then maybe y'all should without Starboy Rafael, two great goals, big up Starload, the Devils Rising, big up people, love y'all bringing in the vibes here with the comments here. Cannot go from first to fifth. Exactly. Personally, I would take Spalletti now if he does not renew his contract with Napoli, or try tempt Luis Enrique. Ooh, interesting. Okay, yeah. Why not? Potentially. Okay, guys. So I'm gonna open up the lines. We need to keep getting the likes up. 20 likes. Great. Oh, join the Colin Show. Colin Show. Here we go. There we go. Big up to NS Sports says, Reese, do you see Inzaghi as the future Italy manager? Ooh. I don't know if that's a question for somebody else potentially. Wait, is this AC Inter talk or can we talk about United? Not really United. We're gonna do. It's not. I mean, hey, there are United players. Mkhitaryan scores, so it's really as long as it's related to what we're talking about, then it would be okay. But we can't be going on a tangent and be like suddenly talking. You know what I'm saying? Like it needs to make sense if we're going to bring United on as a topic. It needs to make sense. It can't just be randomly. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Boop, boop, boop. But yeah, like I said, here is the link. Let me, you know what? Let me pin it in the let me pin it in the chat. Let's do that. Let's do that. There we go. And we have our first caller, Devil's Rising, aka Reese. Welcome to the channel.
Hello, Sofia. How you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm very well, thanks. I mean, I've just done a watch along for that game, so that was more fun.
I mean, hey,
Not.
what talk to me about the game? What did you think when you saw the first goal, bam, second goal?
Mm.
Run me through your thoughts here. Go ahead.
I'll be surprised. Like when you look at recent form, like for ourselves, that's our first defeat in 6 games. Like 2 wins and 2 wins, 3 draws for us. It's not great form compared to Inter, which is obviously 6 wins on the bounce. 1 goal conceded, that was against Lazio. When you look at it, you would expect defensively Inter to be strong, but I didn't necessarily expect Inter to come out that fast and try and kill the game off very quickly. But when you look at how you played in the first 15, 20 minutes, like you guys completely controlled the possession. You had the ball, completely neutralised us. We went about 30, 35 minutes where we didn't have a single shot. Funnily enough, it was
Yeah.
exactly like the last derby when we were the home side. We didn't have a single shot on target for the first 35, 40 minutes. So that repetitiveness is really creeping in. But I think the first half alone, if you look at the first half alone, Inter deserved that whole win. When you look at the first half alone, Inter Milan deserved to win that game. You look in the second half, and I think he's completely dipped off, but I think he's were allowed to because
Yeah.
he's were cruising at that point. But you look at the chances we had. We had three big chances in the first 5 minutes of the second half.
Hmm.
At least one goal back would have given us a little bit of confidence, but Macias went wide, Brahim Diaz went wide, Giroud was all over the place. It's one of his worst games I've seen him
Yeah.
play as a Milan fan. Personally, it's one of his worst games. I think Hernandez was let down a lot on that left back slot at
Yep.
times, but
Hmm.
the but when you look at it, the first half, I would say you guys definitely deserved it. The second half, I think we deserved to come away with a draw, but we just weren't clinical. That was really a massive problem, and it's just we shown the highlights again. And I was actually quite surprised the referee didn't give a penalty. Like I was thinking a penalty was going to be given when I seen it. But I was like, thank God, because then I would have wrote us off completely.
Yeah.
But you guys were brilliant. To be fair, there's nothing I can
Yeah.
really say. You guys were brilliant, and you do deserve that win. But as like I said in the live chat, I think the second half is massive, but we're not out of it, and I agree with that. We do.
Yeah. Desperately need Leao for sure. I mean, that guy is a big, hey, he's a big player. How much do you feel like you? I mean, it's pretty apparent that you guys missed him heavily. Would he be available for next for the second leg? Would he be back? You think so, or
He is expected to be back. It's only just a slight groin injury, so that
okay?
he'll miss the next league game.
Okay.
Unfortunate, but
They just didn't want to make any risk or take any risk, right? And be like, okay, let's try to
yeah,
hopefully, second leg we'll get him back then, and that
I,
would be
I agree.
definitely quite interesting to see him back for that second leg. Would
I
that
agree.
change things up? Do you feel like that you favor your team to go through, or do you think no? What are your thoughts about that?
I think with Rafael Leao in the team, we are certainly more dangerous from an attacking sense from the left wing because you can see. I personally believe in terms of the Serie A, the best link up in the entire league is Hernandez, Leao, Olivier Giroud. I think that's the best link in the
Mm,
entire league.
okay.
But Giroud can't do everything on his own. I think we do need a striker who's 27, 29 years old. The Ketelari, I love him, but he's still yet to score. I don't know what it is because last year he was fantastic for in the Belgian league. I think it's just the level of quality. I think he needs that season
Yeah.
to assimilate. But
Yeah.
um, I think you saw it tonight where we really didn't look good with Salamaker. I don't rate Salamaker at all. I don't know why we insist on keeping him. Like I don't think he's
I
that
think he
good.
looked good. I
He
felt like
works
he
hard
looked good.
though.
I don't know. I felt like I was a bit shocked when he got subbed. I was like, yo, he kind of looked. He looked a bit, you know, a little bit
Yeah.
excited. Some moments at least where I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, he presses really well, but I think when you look at quality, I think you can see the difference when he's playing on the wing when it's not Leao. Like it's such a massive drop off, and I think he's a fantastic worker, and I will praise him for that. But in terms of just quality in the final third, I don't particularly rate him. Although I'm happy enough that he scored the last minute equaliser 2 weeks ago against Roma, so I'll give him that at least. But that
Mm,
was a Leao cross.
yeah,
So I just look at it and I think that's where I really am.
interesting.
It's the
No, I get that. There's a question here from Roger that says, what right wing do Milan need to sign?
I think it's down. I think theoretically we have to go. I know we like going for younger players, but I think we have to go for ready-made. I think
Mm, yeah, somebody
I
that's
think
like can do something right now.
there's two players I think that would be decent for this squad. Personally, depending on circumstance, we've already been linked in before. Hakim Ziyech. I think I would sign him personally from Chelsea. I think he suits this team really well. He can hog the
Mm,
touchline. He can be a playmaker. I think that
big
would be really
shout.
good.
Yeah.
And the other one might catch people off guard. The other one I was thinking of is Marco Asensio. We're always seem to be linked to Real Madrid players. I
Mm,
do rate Asensio. I think he's a really hard-working player, and off
yeah.
the left foot as well. Similar circumstance.
Hmm.
I would take on one of those two really.
Okay. Interesting. Did you catch last night's game? You probably did. With the Madrid and Man City.
I did see some of it, yeah,
Yep.
and I look at it and I'm thinking you would expect the winner of the Champions League, uh, all respect, the winners to come from that side, but
Hmm.
I think a lot of people have to be careful is not to just immediately write off these Milan clubs because like they are where they are
Exactly.
for a reason, and
Yeah,
it, this is a historical season for Serie A as well. This is the first time in Serie A history that five clubs from Serie A have been in all three European competitions at the semi-final stage. It's never happened before. First league to do it as well, so they must be doing something right.
yeah.
But I think when you look at it, the obvious winner is I think the obvious winner is Man City in terms of favourite, but I still think Real Madrid in terms of quality in the Champions League, you can never write them off, but it's hard to tell. But generally, I do look at it and I do like the odds. I think it's very hard to predict. I think the underdog to win the Champions League is AC Milan, even though AC Milan are the second most
Mm,
successful team. In terms of overall squad quality, I think we aren't the. I don't think we're the best of squads,
no,
but
but a
you
potential
look at
dark horse, maybe.
yeah, I would
You know.
certainly think so. And
Okay.
we've got some good players, but I think in terms of level of squad, I don't think we're the best to win it. But we're a genuinely capable team on our day if we can just press teams. I don't know why we
Yeah.
barely press as much.
Yeah, I see that because there were moments and whatnot, but yeah, maybe just missing that extra something. And maybe Leao could fulfill that for next second leg. You never know. But yeah,
Hmm.
big up to you, Reese. I appreciate you taking your time on to
Thank you.
to share your opinions, and we'll definitely talk again for sure.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
anytime,
You
anytime.
wanna
Yeah.
plug your? Do you have your own channel? You wanna plug that?
Hey, if that's all right. Yeah.
100%.
Right there. Devil's Rising YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter as well. I mostly do gaming content, but I do like watch alongs. So I do Milan and Man United watch alongs. So like
Hey.
that's our connection
All
on that.
right.
Yeah, those are Diavolo, Devil's Rising, obviously.
Yeah.
So it's all good there. But
Awesome.
yeah, that's me. That's me. So if you're into
That's
gaming
dope.
stuff besides football, that's what I
Yeah.
do.
Ooh, a question before you leave. Ensman, big up to Ensman, by the way. Ask, what gaming content do you do?
So I do a mix of FIFA, I do Star Wars, I do Assassin's Creed, God of War, all that sort of stuff. So I'm
Okay.
very well versed in terms of gaming, I should say. So
That's
I'm
dope.
all around for that. I also do quiz stuff as well. If
Okay.
anyone's interested in quiz, I do quiz
Hey.
streams as well. So
Then you know that, people. Then you know where to find Reese Devils Rising. Make sure you do subscribe to his channel. Show him some love. And Ensman did say, I'll drop you a sub, lad.
oh,
Come on, this community. Yes. Big
thank
up,
you
big
so
up.
much. That means a
Awesome.
lot. Thank you.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, Reese, I might need to, holler at you to have you on a I don't know, man. I mean, you're a man and a supporter as well, so we might need to link up again for sure. Great talking
We
to you,
certainly
mate.
can. Oh, we certainly can anytime. Like I'm on. It's literally my Twitter handle as well. So
Okay.
like tweet
Oh,
or
awesome.
anything like that or message like whatever. I'm all with that. If you can't find the channel, I'll actually drop a link in the channel as
You know
well
what?
if that
Drop a
helps.
link, and then the others can subscribe for sure.
Uh,
100%. Awesome, Reese.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Big up.
It's nice meeting you, Sophia. It's nice meeting you on
The
a,
same to
lo-
you, Reese.
a losing term, but a good conversation. Even though it was a defeat, it's always good to have a good
Yeah,
conversation.
likewise, mate. Likewise. Have a great night. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.
Absolutely. Bye, guys.
Bye. Oh, great to have Reese on for sure. Yes. Yeah, Reese will drop his link. Let me make Reese a mod so that he can actually put his link down below. I'm gonna make him a mod. There you go. I just made Reese a mod as a mod, so he'll put his link down below so that you guys can go subscribe to the channel. I love this community over here that shows lots of love to the people that are here and whatnot. But yeah, big up to Reese, big up to the guys that are here. Lewis says I like watching gaming too. Hey, that's dope. That's dope. Oh, no problem, Reese. Once again, now you're able to drop your own um, link. So you just do that. People click on it, show some love. That's what we do here. We support each other for sure. Ah, awesome. Yeah, great. People, once again, if there's anybody, I know Jordan, you said you're here. Jordan, the link is in pinned as a comment. So if you want to hop on, share your thoughts about tonight's game the Milan Derby, then come on. The same with everybody that's here. Also, by the way, people, make sure you do subscribe to Ensman TV's channel as well. Okay, he's a Liverpool supporter, so he's an op, but a great guy though. Great guy, shows mad support. So make sure you do subscribe to his channel as well, and Jordan's of course, and where is Snoopy's channel and Nippy's channel as well, and his Sports TV. Show my people some love. There we go. There is Reese. That's his channel. So make sure you do subscribe to him. Hey, awesome. Yay. I believe that will be working. Big up, big up. And we have another caller. Jordan, pew, 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 pew. How are you?
Hey, what's up, man? Hey, congratulations.
Thank you, Jordan. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Jordan, talk to me. What did you think about the
The,
game?
the
Go,
guy
brother.
deserves.
Go, go.
Yeah. Well, man, for me, man, Eddie has been g- from the sort of game he has. That is why never been six.
Wait, what?
It should have been six.
Ooh.
AC
Ooh.
Milan doesn't have Rafael Leao. Two
Yeah,
goals.
brother, I know.
The first
I
half
know.
should have been 6-0.
I see that. I wish we would have gotten like a third goal. That would have been good.
So
Because now
guys,
it makes it a bit more open for the second leg. But I'm still pretty happy with with the result and performance overall. Because
so,
I thought it
yeah,
was going to be a
guys,
lot more tighter, but it
yeah,
wasn't. So,
guys in the
you know,
chat.
yeah.
Sofia have to decide now when it comes to the finals. Either she's gonna go with Inter or Real Madrid.
No, no.
We
Inter.
could.
We go with
We,
Inter.
oh, oh,
Brother.
oh,
Brother. Hey, hey, Jordan. Jordan. Hello.
yeah.
Brother. Jordan. Jordan. My
And the
little
man.
bro. I have it. Brother. Man United, number one. Number
Mm-hmm.
two, it's Inter. Forza Inter. Blessed up
Yes,
to Real
well
Madrid.
done.
Hala Madrid. But
Um,
if it's going to be a Real Madrid and Inter final, I'm going to be going with my Italians. So sorry, Real
Yes, guys.
Madrid,
So
but
the finals will be
bye
in
bye.
Istanbul. It will be Benzema, Lautaro Martinez,
Hey,
or
what if Lukaku
Haaland.
scores the winner?
I cannot wait. I cannot wait for the next leg.
Yeah. Okay. So who do you think from after seeing this tonight's game? Who do you think will go through? Do you think it will still be Inter, or will it be AC Milan? Maybe come with the
At
comeback in the
this
second leg.
at this rate,
Honest thoughts.
at this rate,
Hmm.
Inter will be home for the second leg, right?
Yeah. Technically, they share they share the same ground, whatnot, but they will be the home team.
So
They'll be the home team. Yeah, yeah, they will.
Inter will be home. The advantage is in the team that's leading from the first leg to the second leg.
That's good. Yeah, that's a way to see it. Good point.
I think it's Inter Milan. So I'm not gonna change my mind. It's Inter.
I ain't
They
gonna change
scored
my
six
mind
two
either, mate.
goals,
Hmm.
and I think for my aggregate guys, I think it's gonna be 7-0 on aggregate for me.
7-0. Woo, ciao.
So heading to for the first goal, that will be
Oh,
3 in aggregate guys. And Lautaro Martinez, he needs to score. If he
oh,
scores,
he does, he does, he does.
four.
For me, I don't really care who scores. Just give me the good. Let's just go through. Let's just go to the final. Enjoy. Get the W. Give me the trophy, and call it a day. That's all that I want.
I don't remember,
Stop
guys. I don't think
City.
it's gonna be seven.
Yes.
I don't think it's gonna be seven. I know. Inter is not gonna be like Real Madrid. They're playing their game different from Real, but for Inter, they have a great squad. Oh Nana, I know him very well. Former Ajax goalkeeper.
Yep.
It's
He's a
good.
good goalkeeper.
It's
He
good.
look good. He
It's
look
good,
good.
man. Aye.
We have been linked
That's
to him lately, Man United. So maybe we might.
Bastoni at centre
Oof.
back. What is really
Oof.
going with Dumfries? Dumfries, man, he's been sitting back. I think he's watching TV.
You think it? What? Wait, are you?
Dumfries, the AC Milan they keep passing him,
Mm-hmm.
and he's just there watching.
Interesting.
I saw
Okay.
him. I saw him. But it's
What's
all
that like?
about Inter. It's all about
Yeah,
Inter Milan. I know Sophie will be celebrating finally.
yeah.
Can we see Inter lift the? Can we see Inter be king of Europe?
Into winning it. You think you're asking, or
The clock is ticking, guys. The clock is ticking. Today is the 10th of June.
oh,
Not June,
it's
May.
10th of May.
May.
I was like June. It's not June yet, but I
Because
believe
no,
it's gonna be. It's
the 10th of
yeah,
May
it's in a month
reminds
from
me
now.
that the 10th of June will be the
Yeah, yeah,
finals.
yeah,
Look,
yeah.
man.
You're right. You're right about that. Oh,
So,
that'd be
look, man,
great.
guys, I think it's gonna be a battle. So as I think it's not gonna be Lautaro Martinez against Benzema. It's Inter against Real Madrid. And the only way the guy gonna beat Real Madrid is keeping Vinicius silent. You see like what the guys did it against AC Milan? And if you guys do that again in the second leg, you'll be surprised, Sophie. You'll be hearing
Jordan,
the new
might be
champions
music. Jordan,
Inter.
my toes are doing this. It might be music to my ears. Let's not do this, Jordan. It's still another leg that we gotta go to. But
Yeah,
Jordan,
man,
big
I
up
know.
to you. We got some people in the background that also want to share their opinions. But Jordan, thank you for once again coming on and sharing your opinion.
Yeah, anytime.
I
And
appreciate it.
guys, I'll be having a podcast this Friday on my channel for the first time. Liverpool Arsenal transfer before the summer starts. So I'll be having some guesses on Arsenal. I hope I can try get my fellow Liverpool fans. So see you guys for that, man. Sophie, good luck, sister,
Thank you,
on the
brother.
second leg.
Oh,
And Hala Inter, our first, yeah.
Forza Inter. Big up, Jordan. People, make sure you do subscribe to Jordan's channel. Show some love. Big up, Jordan. Always shows mad love. Yes. Let me read some few more comments here before we bring on some more of the callers here. Big up everybody that showed up. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Do. Now, big up to you says Dumfries is in the Scottish borders just going on to England. Huh. Okay. Interesting. Well, I said Jordan woke up and chose violence tonight. That's hilarious. I mean, he's a great guy. Okay. That says I have something planned. That's okay. Devils Rising said Madrid have had silly performances lately, so who knows? Interesting. Yes, lots of people. Oh, big up Jordan. Showing mad love here. Okay, so let's just bring up more people. Okay, we got Nippon, Bass, and Valankarats. Yo,
Bomber God!
what up?
Back to the building, you
What
know.
up? What up? How we doing, guys?
Big up.
I'm doing
Nip
well.
on!
You know,
Do you
how
know what,
are
bro?
you guys?
That comment from Kabak, that Inter chose violence tonight, that's exactly what it was tonight. You know what I mean? I thought they played brilliant. I thought AC Milan were really poor in that game.
Yeah.
You know, they're currently fifth in their league. And
Mhm.
listen, they need to pattern up. If the taste of like Champions League final in Istanbul doesn't wake them up, then I don't know what does. But
Yeah, for real.
obviously, I think with the performance, they need to pattern up. They definitely need to pattern up. I think it is definitely a poor result. They just didn't look at it today. But Inter Milan, they could have killed that game off. They should have
I
killed
wish
that
they
game off.
didn't. They should
You
have.
know, yeah, because what I do believe is, remember, it's a unique thing in it. AC Milan and Inter sharing the same stadium, so it makes
Mm.
no difference in terms of like home advantage or not, because it's just going to be pretty
Yeah,
much
Yeah,
the same.
because both of them are like familiar with the same pitch and like the same
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's the
yeah,
but I'm not.
yeah.
backyard literally. It's like the
Yeah,
neighbor next door.
yeah, literally. So I have a feeling that 2-0 may not,
Mm-hmm.
what I mean, it may not be enough. Hopefully, Inter go through. It'd be nice to see Inter Milan like a
I would
different
too.
Yeah,
team.
man.
God, I hope
Yeah,
so, man.
Yeah,
I really
yeah,
do.
for real. Yeah.
but it was a good game.
Part
It
of me
was.
does not want Inter to go through.
Who?
What?
Lukaku.
It's a Chelsea
Go
bias.
through it. What need to go through? Inter's been my team from way back when, for a long time. from
Same,
when
bro.
Simeone used to play for them. Do you know what I mean? Or them times when Klinsmann used to play for them. The real Ronaldo used to play for them. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
Jacoba, Zamorano, Lauren Blanc.
what? Talk it, preach, Baz, preach. You know what I mean? It's just
Yes.
like Inter's been that team, and then when you look at AC Milan, yeah, they haven't been too shabby either. Because remember they had like Hullet, Van Basten, and Rijkaard. You know what I mean? You know, in the team amongst
Hmm.
others. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of
I
course.
feel that Inter over the years have got the beating of AC Milan. Do you know what I mean? Over the years,
Hmm.
and I suspected and they would have won tonight. I didn't watch the game, but I listened to it on the radio,
Yeah.
and as far as I can tell from the commentary, they was playing well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look, I like Inter. I like AC Milan, but I like Inter that more. I just like that Inter a bit more because of their international connections at the end of the day with players and stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Hmm.
And I seriously, I want them to go through. I think it's going to be an Inter and Real Madrid final. I feel that Real Madrid are going to come to Man City. This is what I feel. You know what I mean? In my opinion,
Yeah, you go
I
ahead.
feel that Real Madrid is going to come to Man City and get the job done. They're going to get the job done at Man City. You know what I mean?
I
They're going
hope
to go
you're
to the
wrong.
finals.
I hope you're
Uh,
wrong.
no, 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 no. They're going to go to they're
Wait,
going to go to the finals, and then what's going
wait,
to happen?
Nippon. Wait. No, wait.
No, go on.
No. If Uncle Ross, you keep going, and then I need to reply then to Nippon. But you keep going. Sorry. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah, yeah. So what's going to happen? They're going to go to the finals. It's going to be Real Madrid and Inter in the finals. Yeah, and Inter's going to win it. Inter's going to win the finals. Inter's going to be champions of Europe. That's my prediction. You know what I mean? I
I'm
might be wrong.
manifesting it as well. We might be wrong, but we could be right. You never
I
There
know.
you
hope.
go.
I
Yeah.
hope it's Inter Milan. Actually, I hope Inter Milan win the Champions League
Yes. Same.
I think
because
Real
I
Madrid
don't
still
want
win
Real
this.
Madrid winning it or Man City.
Yeah, I get that.
I
I
think
I
rather
think
Madrid.
have
it'll be
it.
a good game
No,
though.
yeah. Go ahead.
No,
I need
I
to
was just
buy
saying
an
that
Inter jersey from
regardless,
somewhere.
uh, regardless of like who wins the final, if it's Real Madrid or Inter Milan, I think it's going to be a good game. Regardless of who win it, I think it's going to be a good game. Do you know what I mean?
Hmm.
You know.
I don't think Real Madrid go through. I think Man City get their revenge.
Will they though? Bass, what did
I
you
don't
wanted to
know.
say? You wanted to say add
Yeah,
something.
yeah. No, I just think like the qualities between the two teams, like the Real Madrid, like this was a more exciting game, but there was a lot of mistakes in this game. Whereas
Agreed.
when you look at the game yesterday, that was a clinical game. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
was more tactics and it was more kind of like, players showing their class. This was just like a derby of, a derby of some sort, just one of them, doing better than the other. But
Yeah.
in terms of class, I mean, whoever progresses, you obviously we were talking about yesterday, it's like, there's an opportunity, whoever wants it on the day for real. But if
Real
you're
talk.
if they're both going to play on their game, then obviously I feel the other leg is whoever out of those two progress are the ones that may win this eventually, because you can have like the youthfulness of Inter Milan's midfield against the old fine wine, like I always refer them to,
Yeah.
of Real Madrid, but they can get schooled. They can get schooled in that if they're not careful. So I personally, don't want Real Madrid to win it, but out of the teams that are there, I'd rather Inter win it, and then obviously Real Madrid. But I can't allow Man City to have this. No way. But
I can't either.
it's gonna be
No
it's
thank
gonna
you.
be difficult. It's gonna be difficult, man. It's gonna be difficult. But the class always shows in the end. That's the thing. It's either the class or the heart. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That
for real, brother.
yeah. How much do you guys think that, AC Milan really missed Leao? Like he's a clutch player, an important player. Could he be a difference maker for the second leg?
Possibly.
Depends how fit he is for the next leg because he's injured at the moment. So they're talking about rushing him back for for the next leg. So
Yeah.
and that's never a good thing of rushing a person back. and then to
Neither.
play a semi-final or final. Because look what happened, and then when we played Tottenham in the final, they rushed Harry Kane back, didn't turn out well, and we rushed Firmino back, and he ended up taking him off. Do you know what I mean? So it's never a good sort of like idea in rushing a player back because or you need him for the semi-finals or you need him for the final. Do you know what I mean? You should just go with what you got and hope for the
Yeah,
best. That's what I say. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, for sure. What are your thoughts, Bass, with that?
You know what? In this game, I mean, like it was a derby, so obviously they know each other quite well in it.
Yeah.
But look, you're going to sacrifice someone's. I don't know how bad the injury is, but obviously it was bad enough to keep him out of this.
Mm.
But if they're going to rush him out, and I don't know how many games he's missed in that, it might not make a difference. To be fair, I mean,
Mm.
if you do want him in this game, or if he's fit to take some part, then put him on the bench for sure. But
Mm.
I always believe I'm that firm believer of like it's a team game, not individuals. There are individuals that can win it, but at the end of the day, it's not going to be any good having a player that's not played a few games that's up for speed, and then it's just going to play in a derby game and get himself hurt, and that's his season done because they've got they're not guaranteed Champions League. They're still like fifth in the league. They got other things to fight.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, yeah,
That's a
yeah,
very
yeah,
good point.
imagine like
yeah.
them going out all out for him, and then he gets injured, and then they don't progress. You know what I mean? They're not
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. See, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. You see, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's always risky at the day, rushing back a player like that, especially at the end, as you said, Baz, if he's such an important player for you, and at the day you still got other fish to fry, as it were. Do you know what I mean? You're
Mhm.
still in fifth place. You want to qualify for the Champions League and everything like that, and then you take a risk on this player because if this player goes down, he can go down for good. Well, not for good, but you know what I mean. You can go down for
Yeah,
a
for
significant
majority of
amount of
yeah,
time and that,
exactly.
and your stuff. Then, so I say it
Yeah,
and they look. At the end of the day, right? Roll the dice with what you got and just hope for the best. Do you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, football at the end of the day, the Champions League, yeah. When you check the Champions League, it's kind of like a lottery in some sort of sense. It's like who wants it at the end of the day? At the end of the day, who wants it
yeah.
more?
Who wants it
Now,
more?
yeah, it wasn't when we played Barcelona at that time. There we had missing play. We had Firmino was missing. Was it Salah was missing, and I think somebody else was missing as well. We had
Mm.
three players that are missing. But what we did, we rolled the dice with what we had available for us, and lucky. Well, I'm not saying lucky enough because it was 4-0, but we got through. So sometimes at the day, you just have to roll the dice with what you got and hope for the best. Hope that quality that you've
Should
got.
be enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because sometimes I do think it might be not might, but it could be too much of a risk to rely too much on like one player and whatnot. That's why you gotta invest in whatnot. So with AC Milan, I mean the fact that they won the league last season, and maybe they should have tried to invest a bit more, being a bit wisely with that. But
Yeah, yeah,
it,
yeah.
yeah, for sure. Shibag said I wanted AC Milan to win though. Big up,
Mm.
Shambalik. I did not. How about that? But big up though. Big up.
Mhm.
Anything else that you guys want to add to the game or?
No, it's just like it's just whoever's going to win it's going to win it in it. To be fair, I mean this game I think it should have been more of the. I think Inter needed to kill it off, but
Yeah.
for a neutral, you know what I mean. It's going to be a very good, a very different leg to the other leg. You know what I mean. The other tie. Sorry, the other tie.
Yeah.
This one, you know what I mean. Anyone can win it. Again, it's the same one over there. Anyone can win it. Just because it's 2-0 doesn't necessarily mean. I think AC Milan didn't play well at all today. They were poor up front.
Yeah.
They were poor
They
in
were.
defense. They didn't control the midfield. So, if they sort themselves out for this, then, you know what I mean, it's going to be a better game, um, you know, in the next leg, and, we'll see in it. But it's been like two good ties, definitely.
Yeah, you know
Two
what?
good
Because
ones.
I felt like, I don't know about you guys, but I felt like, so far this Champions League season, I haven't been like super blown away and whatnot with the performances overall. So like the Bayern Man City one, I was thinking, oh, that's gonna be very exciting. Wasn't really,
Mhm.
and stuff like that,
Mhm.
especially around like round of 16 and whatnot. but the semifinals haven't disappointed. So the second leg, I do think will definitely be very, very exciting. Or what Symbolic says, fire emoji.
It
Yes,
will.
yes, yes.
It will.
I
It
Mm.
will.
agree. Yes. Question to you, Bass. From Osan says, did Divock Origi choose the wrong league? Question mark. He's had a poor season for AC Milan.
Mm. He's not. He's not done that great there. To be fair, I mean, he started off okay, but then I don't know what happened after that. To be fair, I mean, he has like, had like little moments and stuff like that. But Origi has been that player. It's been moments. You know what I mean? When he played for Liverpool, it was those moments that he got us there. Do I think he chose the wrong league? I'd have loved to keep him at Liverpool because he was a player that you could he just scores on, you know, in the moments that we need him
Yeah,
to, you know.
kind of like
Yeah,
an interesting super sub in a way. Like not like super, but like just interesting something to just
Yeah.
a guy to put in
Mm.
if needs be, you know. And
Yeah.
often he did show up. I'm not gonna lie, he did show up often.
Ultimately, as a player, I would have actually thought this league would have been better, would have been good for him. To be
Yeah,
fair, you know what I mean?
same.
'Cause he's technical, but the problem with him is he doesn't get consistent games in it. That's the thing. So
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
always think that's a problem. Don't you think, Bad? I always think there's a problem where they don't play a player consistently, but yet they expect this player to be sort of like this world beat, and I think you can only get that if you play him consistently. Do you agree with that?
yeah. Look, forwards they need that confidence. You know, when you're forwards, yeah, you need to be confident to like take on a man or to take a shot or to score that goal in your last game that gives you that momentum and stuff like that. Origi is a quality player because the thing is he's still able to do these things, but he does need starts. If he needs starts, he gets momentum. He gets momentum. He gets more confident. He gets more confident. He scores goals, and then no one really complains. But
hmm
Yeah,
you know
no, that's
they do have like a lot of forwards. You know what I mean in that position anyway. So
fair.
yeah, to answer the question, I think you know what I think the league would have. This league does suit him. I just think he needs another season or two to really establish himself.
Can I
Right.
speak
Yeah,
after
yeah. Go
Baz?
ahead, Nippon. It's just I don't know if you're in the bus, but it's a little bit of background noise at the back of it. But try to say something now. You want to add anything?
Yeah, I just wanted to give my thoughts on the game. The thing is, I didn't actually see the whole thing because I was in the gym for most of it.
I get that.
Yeah,
But
was that you?
but I heard that Tamori didn't have the best of games.
Yeah,
He- he- they,
yeah.
they defensively, the Milan weren't that great today.
Yeah.
You know, I saw a
Not
couple of
just
like
him, it's just it was everybody.
yeah,
The whole defense, I felt like.
yeah. They froze today. It just felt like Milan just froze today. Just didn't look like AC
They
Milan.
rely on Rafa Leao far too much, in my opinion.
Agreed.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they still
I
got
mean,
players like
if you
Tonali
take
there.
him
And,
out, you take all the goals out as well.
But he will still be able to, they still
Was
should have enough to show up regardless. It's a
was that
derby.
French player playing? Was
Show
a
up.
French player playing? That French player. What's that French player's name? The French one. Used to play for Arsenal. One used to play for Arsenal.
Giroud?
Giroud.
Yeah,
Was he playing today?
yeah, he
Yeah.
started. He was playing.
I never.
But
You know what? I'm not being funny. I was listening to the game. Yeah, right. I never heard his name once.
yeah, but the supply to him was quite poor tonight, and that's what
Yeah.
Leao does. But Giroud's got 13 goals this season. You know what I mean? He's joint top scorer with Leao. So I mean, yes,
Right.
he is
Yeah.
important. Leao, definitely.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
they've got other players there that can do some, can do bits as well. Giroud, you know what I mean? Giroud scores, and he does need that supply for sure.
I agree.
But
Yeah.
yeah, it's just one of those games, one of those nights that they just didn't. It didn't click for them. You know what I mean? They need a good like, you know what? Their manager just needs to like say, yo, this is not over yet. You know what I mean? You can still get to the final. You know what I mean? And yeah, I think it'll be a different AC Milan next round. But I mean next
Yeah.
leg.
Give him
Talking
what this. Sorry to got constant. All AC Land got to do is put up a fight, 100% effort, and see what happens. That's all they got to do, ain't they?
I
You
think
think
that
it'll
will.
be a different AC Milan in the next round?
Yeah, I think so. They
They
have
they
to go
have
out and
to.
win. They have to go out and perform. I mean, like they were probably I think they were probably slight favourites in this one. You know what I mean, to win. And they didn't win it. You know what I mean. So they didn't play well at all. If they played well and they just got outbeaten by a proper, like a proper Inter Milan team, then yeah. But they weren't that great tonight. I think if they were at certain levels, all right, they probably would have done a little bit more. But yes, they have their main two players. You know what I mean, like someone like a Ibrahimovic and a Leao
Oof.
does make a difference.
Damn, I
But
wish we could have seen Ibrahimovic, man. Oof, imagine. That would have been
yeah,
dope. You know?
I think it
But
will.
hey,
I think it'll be a different game for sure. In the next one,
yeah,
they have to go out and they've got hope. They've still got hope.
yeah, for sure. Like, 2-0. That's not like a set done deal type of score. It still is open. You can still
Yeah.
come back from it. What if AC Milan ends up,
AC Milan just need one goal to build their confidence in the second
yeah,
leg.
what if they score that goal first, Game on?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
For
could
Yeah.
be the
sure.
whole Anfield thing.
Hopefully not, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, but
Historically, they do crumble though.
it's different though than the Anfield effect, isn't it? It's different from the Anfield effect because you know what I mean. We wasn't playing in Barcelona. It's just like nobody's got no home advantage here. You know what I mean? It's just like you're playing at your ground share. There's no home advantage, and so like there's no like I don't know. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like with us at the day, we had home advantage at our ground. We had all our fans, so on, so on, spurring us on, and the rest is history. You haven't really got that there at the San Siro. You just got like nobody's got home advantage. Unless they say, well, look, in the day, right, they allocate more tickets for the AC Milan fans and less tickets for the Inter Milan fans. Do you know what I mean? There's just no home advantage.
Mm.
You know? But, like, I do expect in the day sort of like AC Milan to more or less put up a better fight than what they did tonight. And who knows, that could be enough at the day to even level it. Because all they have to do, really, if they level the sort of like the scores in it, because there's no away goals and now in the Champions League, all they have to do in the day is level it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Once they level it, and that they've got all the chance in the world of going through. But have they got the gumption? Have they got the gumption in the day to do that? And judging on sort of like tonight's performance, you would say no. But next week is a different game.
It's going to be it's going to be an interesting one because look, at the end of the day, we're talking a lot about what Milan have to do to improve. But remember, Inter Milan are no joke as well. We haven't really mentioned too much about what they're capable of. And to be honest with you, they're both like inseparable in the league. Well, not inseparable, but I mean they're very close in the league as well. So they are similar. I think Inter do score more goals. You know what I mean? I think they've got more of a threat up there. So. But all it is just like for a neutral's perspective, I'd like to see a good game. And I think AC Milan, all they've got to do is, well, not all they've got to do, but they need to stand out there and think, you know what, this is a Champions League final if we beat these guys. It's our rivals as well. So can we do it? Do you know what I mean? They might be the underdogs again. But, at the end of the day, whoever wants it more on the day, and it's going to be entertaining for sure. They both got brilliant players. And
They do.
there's a lot to fight for.
A lot to fight for, exactly. The second leg, that will basically mean that they'll have met each other 5 times this season because they've also had cup games and whatnot within Italy and whatnot. So that's quite interesting for sure. So we will see indeed. Devil's Rising says that is true. Milan just need to press Inter high, force the turnovers, and be decisive with the ball when through on goal. Inter just need to dominate the possession. Yes. Yeah. Nipun, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just the background noise is a bit difficult for the audience to hear. But we're gonna soon start to wrap up. But let's try to bring you on for another call-in show, okay? Because it's
Yeah,
a
I'll
bit
see you
disturbing.
soon.
Okay,
later,
big
man.
up. Thanks for coming on, though. Appreciate it. Big up. Big up to Nipun.
Yeah, big up, man.
As I said, I think he's driving out.
Yeah, he's either driving or on the bus.
Yeah, maybe on the bus. Hey, but yeah. Let's see here. It's gonna wrap up very soon, actually. But somebody said something here. Let's see here. It was a funny comment here. I think it was from Ensman. Where is it?
Yeah,
Wait,
big
two
up,
players.
Vince, man.
Ooh, yeah, there's
Big
a
up,
question
yeah.
here. Question: 2 players you would take from Inter Milan, AC Milan from all you guys. Ooh,
Oh,
okay.
I know mine already.
So go on, then you go first then.
Yeah, Leao and Tonali for me for AC Milan,
Ooh,
and
okay.
Inter Martinez, and
Speaking of Ensman, here he is.
was here.
Ends, you know. For the ends, you know.
Okay.
And Barella.
I jumped.
But ooh, yeah. How are you, Ens? You good, bro?
Well, ends
There?
got missing, you know.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah. My
Yeah.
headphones are playing up. Nah, big up Sophie, by the way. But, no, I was trying to throw a bit of
Big up,
smoke
bro.
in the chat, but she wasn't
Yeah,
biting at all. You're the
I
bigger
saw
person
it, but
No, I jumped in to ask
This is
the
not
question,
easy,
but I think
though.
you've already asked. Yeah, no, I jumped in to ask the question, but I think you've already asked the guys the question.
Yeah.
About
No,
the two players either side.
I'll tell you who I would take. I would take Leao, and I'll take the goalkeeper.
Mm.
I think the goalkeeper's good. Good. I have him as a backup goalkeeper if Kelleher does leave. You know what I mean? Yeah. Martinez. Yeah, same as you, Baz. Martinez and Barella.
Ooh.
Martinez and Barella.
Yeah,
You
I
saying
would.
get rid of our strikers then?
Huh?
No, Baz wants to get rid of the strikers for Liverpool then.
No, not really.
Nah,
Not really.
Ed is absolutely.
I want Tonali and obviously Barella in midfield because that's what our main issue is, isn't it? So I've got those two, and then the 2 forwards for them. You know what I mean? Literally, Martinez. I like him. I do like him. And Leao. Leao's just Leao, in it. But one of them does have to go in it. But then Leao, we could put him on the right for Mo Salah. You know what I mean? Like just like give him that not rest, but obviously
some competition, maybe.
competition. Yeah, we need some kind of competition, man.
It's healthy.
Yeah,
Heavy competition. Hey. Yeah, I would love to have Leao. Also Barella. We need to add some more to that midfield. So
Barella's like a Stevie G kind of player. That's what I like about him.
Bring me Barella.
Yeah, he's an all-action midfielder, so that's why I definitely want him. And Tonali, I just look at him and think, you know what, he's definitely better than Fabinho. So I definitely have these two. And
Tonali's good.
Yeah.
Or even like if I don't go for a striker, from AC Milan, I'll probably get like the left back, and for AC Milan and not Tonali, Mori. Yeah. Because we do need
the more is nice. The more is nice. And plus as well, Tomori and then he knows the Premiership. He knows the Premiership as well. So you know what I mean?
Who would you win?
You answered it, man. Definitely Barella and Martinez. But I don't know if he's as good as he used to be, though. That's the only trouble. He was one of my favorite players, but I haven't been really watching him this season that much. But Barella is definitely one. AC Milan, Hernandez, that's a good shout, but we've already got a decent left back, world class back. So I don't know if I want another one. Leao is obviously the dream one. But we've already got too many left wingers as well, bro.
This is the problem, isn't it? This is the problem. But you know what? I still think Diaz could potentially go to the right. He's dangerous on the left or right. You could put him to compete with Mo Salah and then have Leao on the left. So there is
Yeah.
there is something, you know. I mean, if competition's never a bad thing, to be fair.
For
And I
No,
sure.
think
of course not.
when I do look at Robertson, to be fair, I mean he's not had a great season, but he's not a dead left back. But it'd be
No, it's
nice
not
to
that.
have. I don't know. I really don't know if we might have to look at a
He
left back.
needs competition, though, Baz. He needs competition, I reckon,
I
Baz.
think he might
You know
probably
what I mean? He
potentially
needs.
also
I
need some
think.
competition himself. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think
Why
sometimes
not?
at the end of the day, you just have to like a firecracker underneath there, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But it's just like sometimes, as I said, competition and they never hurt no one. If any,
exactly.
it makes you better. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
I just think sometimes with the Robertson situation, he's always gonna it's like Klopp's always gonna pick him. You know, what I mean? He's always
Mm,
gonna pick him. Even if he picks like Tashimikas, and then they said put Tashimikas in, even if Tashimikas is having a good game, he's gonna bring Robertson back in later on. So I think something like having a left back and then as competition for Robertson. Do you know what I mean? It's no harm in that. In fact, I welcome it, to be honest.
hmm
I got Sophia. Just before I jump off, I got two more questions.
Go ahead.
One for you, and then
Okay.
one for the mandem as well.
Right.
So for the
Go ahead.
guys and the guys in the comments as well, has the Italian league been the better league this season than the Premier League? And then for Sophia, are you worried about
I knew you were
the
gonna
the
reference
late charge of Liverpool? I know it's outside the topic. I know we're talking about
it.
AC and
It's
Inter.
fine. It's fine.
That's why I gave the guys the Italian league
Yeah.
comparison. But for you,
For me.
how are you feeling? Liverpool 1 point behind you guys.
I mean,
You haven't had a winning two now. Not scoring any goals. Just trying to paint you that picture. But I'll jump off. I'll get you to answer that one. Guys in the comments as
okay.
well. Make sure you jump in and answer that as well. Well,
Eh,
guys, who do you think has been the better league this season? Do you think the Premier League's been better, or do you think the Italian league's been better? Based on how far the Italian clubs have got in the European competition.
All right.
That's a good
I'll answer
question.
this one.
Big up your chest, you. Big up your chest, brother.
Yeah.
Big up. Subscribe
I'm
to
chilling
Instant People.
listening in anyway. Let's be chilling listening to these answers.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna answer this. Yeah. I'm gonna answer this one first.
Yeah.
Do I think the Premier League? Do I think the La Liga has been better than the Premier League this season? No.
No, Italian league.
It's
Italian
the
league.
Italian Serie
The
A.
Italian
The
league.
Italian league. Yeah.
Compared to the Premier League.
I
Yeah.
believe that was correct. Yeah. I believe so.
Then no. To be fair, I think the Premier League has been better. The only reason why I say that is because Napoli just smashed it. There's no. I don't know how far the other teams are behind. I think Juventus are behind, and I think they're they don't have a chance at all. Whereas the Premier League, it's still Man City, Arsenal. You know what I mean? And then you've got that excitement as well for the top four, the relegation as well.
Really,
You know what I mean? Anyone can still go. So I think it's still kind of like exciting in that respect, yeah. But in terms of like how they've played in the Champions League, bro, do you know what I mean? It's like we've only got one, they've got two.
Exactly. And
You know what I
also
mean?
in the other competitions as well. Like I believe in the Europa League and in Conference League, they still have like 2 or 3 more Italian teams as well to represent. So
Yeah,
you
in
know,
terms of
they have showed up.
competition, in terms of
Yeah.
cup competition, I think they've done really well this season. But the Italian team. But I mean, in terms of the league itself, Napoli have just ran away with it. Do you know what I mean? If Napoli weren't there, then it could be still exciting because I think the other teams, they're not many points between them.
Yep.
Yeah.
But then again, though, sort of like it's taken Napoli a minute to win the league, Serie A. They ain't won it for like a long time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Also,
for them to
last
sort of
season
like,
they had another winner. That was AC Milan. This is before
yeah,
that was Inter. So the last 3 seasons they've had 3 different winners.
yeah,
They
because
compete
that's
for it
more
actually.
exciting.
because
Premier League's
when you
more
look at
No, I still
so
believe that Premier League is more exciting. I'm
yeah.
also saying that, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, I know that, but after we look at sort of like the Italian league, I mean, even when Napoli had the likes of Lavezzi and what's that guy that used to play for Man United, the Uruguayan guy, used to play for you lot.
Forlan.
The guy from Uruguay. No, the guy from Uruguay used to play for. What did we say?
Cavani.
Cavani, yeah, Cavani. When Cavani and Lavezzi at the day was playing for Napoli, they They were smashing the league, but they still didn't win the league. Do you know what I mean? So arguably, and they this season, and they've won it with a say like a lesser team still, but you always have to put your money on the Premier League. You know what I mean? Because it's
Mhm.
more physical, and you've got like 6 teams at the end of the day fighting. You ain't just got like one or two. You know what I mean? You got 6 teams at the end fighting. Because
Mhm.
at one time in the thing that was like you had Tottenham in the top four up to third place and stuff. Do you know what I mean? And now they're slump back down again. Do you know what I mean? So it's more so because you've got more teams fighting for this for position. You know what I mean? Arsenal and
Mhm.
they was blitzing teams left, right, and centre, but look where they are now. Do you know what I mean? And Man City's just taken over. Do you know what I mean? You know,
Yeah.
the season before, and then with Liverpool, we come from 14 points behind to get to the last game of the season. Do you know what I mean? That's excitement. That's what
Mhm.
football's all about. So
Yep.
you have to lean more on the Premier League to say, well, yeah, the Premier League, has been better this season because of the fact that you've had 6 teams battling for the battling. But the Italian league is no slouch either. There's no slouch. They have
No.
produced some, good players over the past and present. Do you know what I mean? So yeah,
Mhm.
but I have to put my money on the Premier League.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I agree with that as well. Like, I mean, I love the Premier League, and especially when it comes to the business end of the season. You know, Everton just slapped up Brighton recently. Come on
Anything
now.
can
Yeah,
happen in football.
Anybody can get it. That's what it is.
yeah,
Anybody can get it. Legit. That's what I love. Like you think, oh, this is on paper. No, this team is gonna win. This team is gonna slap up this team. No, no, no. The other team is fighting for their life to still be here in the Premier League. They'll show up.
yeah, yeah.
So I just love that as well. That just makes it, so that every team kind of needs to be a little bit more on their toes as well. But I still need to shout out the Italian league as well. I've been watching a few,
Definitely.
games this season. It's been exciting and whatnot. So hey,
I love the Intertop, by the way.
oh, take it.
Into
The
the yeah,
Italian
the top
league. And oh,
bad,
I'm gonna be
bad,
getting more for
bad.
sure. I just there's something with into the kids, lovely.
Mm.
But I just love like kids collecting kits in general. So we're
I'm not
gonna get
surprised you don't have a United one on either.
huh? Oh, that's what we're doing.
Man's
Okay,
trolling in there.
you know. I just clocked that I'm literally here with 3 Liverpool supporters. Wow. Okay. Great. Wow, 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 wow. Awesome. That is great. But yeah, you also had a question for me. What was it?
Correct.
If I'm concerned about you guys creeping on at the back of,
Mm.
Man United's neck.
If
Is,
concern
is
is the word you want to use, that's fine.
I mean,
Alex
I'm dealing
Ferguson
with
settings, yeah, ends.
okay. I see
Oh,
it. I
no,
see it. The ops are here. I see it. I see it today.
hey, I ain't said nothing. I ain't
No,
said
no, no.
Never
nothing.
I
said
know. I
up to
know.
there. Said ups.
I see it, but say less. No, I okay. Well, in all seriousness, I don't know. It was. I was already annoyed with the whole, West Ham and then Brighton and whatnot, but especially seeing how Everton, like I said, slapped up Brighton and we couldn't even score, that
Yeah,
does make me even more like,
that's annoying,
you know,
isn't it?
it really
Mm.
is. Then again, we're going to be playing Wolves. We're at home. We have been really good at home with the result. Like, arguably, we show up at home. We don't really show up away from home, but home at Old Trafford, we show up. So I need to, try to hold on to that. And I still don't, and this is me being trying to be honest as possible, even though you guys are in really good form, what was it? 6 games in a row, yada yada, wins and whatnot, right? I still think there will be a slip up for you guys. I still believe. But at the
Where
end of the
would you
day,
see the slipper? Where would
I
you
don't
see the
know.
slipper? Because
What is the
I tried
famous
to ask your
listener?
friend that, but you wouldn't answer my question.
Huh? What?
I tried to ask your friend that the other day, but he wouldn't really
Oh,
answer my question. You're just talking about mathematics. I mean, I understand what you're saying.
oh,
They
yeah.
slip up, but where do you see the slip ups? Because I can't see us losing any games. I cannot see us losing any. I'm not. That's
Don't
not me
speak too
being
soon, bro.
boastful. No. That's not me being boastful because obviously anything can happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's not me being boastful. I just don't see us sort of like losing any games. I think these games the rest of the games that we got, I think it's 3 games we got left. These 3 games that we got, like we got Leicester, Aston Villa, and Southampton at the end of the season away.
Which one of them are away game? Is that Leicester?
Both.
Leicester's away.
Leicester, Southampton are away, and Aston Villa is at home. So
Say
I'm
less.
more worried about the Leicester game than anything.
Say
Huh?
Leicester.
I'm more worried about the Leicester game than anything. Southampton could potentially be relegated, but at the same time, Leicester is still battling it with Everton, Nottingham Forest.
Man. I'm to you, dog. Stop it, man. But blood clot jinx.
No, keep jinxing. Keep doing it.
Don't
Yeah,
think-
it's gonna be great.
Stop that, man.
Even though I asked you the question, I still don't think we'll get in the top 4. I just thought I'd ask.
Okay.
Just,
Yeah,
I believe that we can do it, but if we don't, Lord have mercy.
you know what it is. You know it isn't that. I always say that. I always say when there's hope, there's belief. Yeah, right. But saying that and everything that, right? I'm not saying that. I'm saying before and that we're gonna get in the top 4 because to be honest, at the day we can win our last 3 games, but then Man United might win the games that they need to win. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if Man United win the games that they need to win, we don't get in there. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not saying that we'll get in there, but what I'm trying to say, where there's hope, there's belief. You know what I'm saying? And then you just got to play your games. Then we just got to play our games and see what happens at the end of the day, at the end of the season. But to me, at the end of the day, right, I would say I cannot see us dropping any points. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the season, I can't see that. But even though we do drop points, and if we do drop points, that's not going to be the decider of us not getting in top 4. Do you know what I mean? Because we still got to wait on results. Even if we do win our games, we still got to wait on results for Man United.
Yeah,
Do you understand what I'm getting at?
You still have to rely on us.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And
That's all we can.
And
Newcastle.
Yeah.
Newcastle.
Well, Newcastle,
Newcastle's also in the equation as well, for sure.
Yeah, so there's too many people that you got to rely on to say that yes, define the end of the day you're gonna get top 4, even if you drop points. Because so that we do drop points this weekend, do you know what I mean? Yeah, right. We got to hope at the day that Man United drop points, and if Man United don't drop points, do you know what I mean? So it's basically, I think at the day, to me at the day, I think there's hope there.
Mm-hmm.
But if you ask me realistically, it's out of our hands. It's out of our hands.
Sophia, I've got 3 more questions, and I'm jumping out and chill with Amanda in the chat.
No worries. Okay, 3 more questions. We got to wrap it up because I got an appointment early tomorrow. But yeah,
no worries. I'll make it 2 then. Make it easier.
No, you can make it 3. It's fine. It's fine.
Sure?
No worries. Yeah.
All right, cool. So in terms of United, and I'll give you one for United and Arsenal. So if United wins the FA Cup and finish in the top 4, have they had a better season than Arsenal? You all can answer this one.
Yes.
And then name me 2 players and Rods and obviously Baz as well. 2 players that you guys have been shocked in how badly they've performed. You can either do it 2 from Liverpool, you can do 2 from Man United if it's easier that way.
Ooh.
And what was the last one?
Well, that's a tough one, man.
Go on then.
These are some good questions, Ents. Okay.
And then
the last one?
The last one would be name 1 player that you would sell at your team that you recently bought this season.
Recently.
Oh, because I was like,
I got chill with the guys in the comments.
I know what ends might and you're gonna come off it, yeah?
Yo, you guys better I'll be in the comments trolling if the answers are a bit shaky still.
Yeah.
Of course.
Big up.
Big up, man.
Big up, brother. Big up.
Big up, Benz. Oh, big up.
Whoa.
Oh,
Look, the Arsenal Manchester United thing, yeah. If listen, it's all about trophies at the end of the day, yeah. Arsenal, no one expected them to win this league, but as they progressed and they were just constantly there, yeah, people were like, you know what, they're gonna win it, and they literally just bottled it. Yeah. So, but when you look at it, yeah, last year they finished what, outside of top, the top four. They didn't get Champions League or anything like that. They have taken a huge step, but when they're in that position, you're supposed, you need to you need to keep it, see it through. But at the end of the day, when you've got someone like Man City that has just been there and done it all these years, it's going to obviously be a learning curve. So whether they learn from this next year is a different thing. But in terms of Manchester United, I think you've already won the Carabao Cup, right? So if you win the Carabao Cup, you've won that, and you win the FA Cup, and you get top four, then it's definitely, like, for me, it's like an improvement for you guys, because you got one, two, pretty much what we did last year, effectively. And
basically, oh my God, just clock, yeah.
That's my answer to that. And the last one was it? What the other one was about the player we would sell, right? Or who's been poor this season?
Yeah.
This is a tough one, Ensman, man. What are you doing?
Keeping us on our toes, man.
You know what? I need to think about this one.
Okay.
Okay, so I start answering my one then, yeah?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. In regards of Man United and Arsenal, I mean, I get the fact that Arsenal from last season and they've improved to now and everything that, but what you got to think about when it happened to us, when we improved on a position, and then when we under Brendan Rodgers, 2013 season, when we improved and they on a position, and they of what we did the following season, yeah, and nearly won the league and everything that, right? We was known as bottlers. Everyone was calling us bottlers. They didn't spare us. They didn't say that. You know what? You had a better season than us, and you know what I mean. It's like you've done so well this season in comparison, to last season. We just called bottlers. So really and truly, what I say, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. So really and truly, at the end of the day, if we were bottlers then, you're bottlers now. Simple as that, because you have not won anything. You have not won nothing. You know what I mean? Yeah. And talk about you got bigger fish to fry and everything. What kind of blood clot fish you talk?
We got bigger fish to fry.
You know what I mean? What kind of blood clot fish you talk about? You know what I mean? Anyway, so in regards to that, so I would say in regards to Man United, see, this is what I call improvement. And then Dave, when it comes to Man United, this is what I call improvement. Because the following season, you didn't win anything the following season. This season, you come and I think that, right? And you've won the Carabao Cup. You're in the finals of the FA Cup. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it looks like, yes, saying they were arguments say you get top four. That's an improvement.
Yeah.
Whether the day you go to the finals of the FA Cup and don't win the FA Cup,
it's still an
you still won something.
It was hella toxic last season. Let's get it straight. It was not good.
Yeah.
There was no light at the end of the tunnel last season. So I would still say that it, like you guys said, it's an improvement for sure.
Ensman, Carvalho. He's not playing him. He's not playing him.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. He's not playing him. I think Nunes needs another season or two to get into that position and find a position for him and play him there if it's forward. Gakpo, I love Gakpo. Who did we have? Arthur Melo as well. Arthur Melo, he's on loan.
I mean, he's a
hologram one.
Yeah.
They don't like him. But you know what? What was the two? He said something about two players, didn't he? Ensman said something about
I feel like there was a second question as well. Ensman, dude. I think it was a second question.
Yeah, the other question was who in either in the Premier League or in your team you've been disappointed with this season.
Was it two players?
Yeah, so I think that was one of
two players on one.
I potentially would say two from each teams that you've kind of been maybe disappointed with this season. I believe that was the question. Do correct us if we're wrong here, by the way, Ensman.
Fabinho for me has been poor.
Fabinho and Henderson, yeah. Fabinho and Henderson.
To be honest, they've all been poor this season. Trent's been okay. Gakpo's been decent.
There's another point to it. He said two players that has
Oh yeah, two
both
players.
so poor this season, but do it for each other's team.
Oh, okay.
Oh
Ah,
right. So
yeah,
like
that's interesting.
right.
Okay,
So picking
yeah,
for your team,
yeah,
you picked
and
from
I'll do
your.
it for
I think,
your team.
right.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
for Man United, for people all this season, you can't say Maguire because he's hardly played. He's
And
hardly
it
played.
will be too easy as well. So it's like
Yeah.
give us another one. There's spare people you can pick from.
Wow.
Up to recently, your
Luke
goalkeeper,
Shaw. Luke Shaw.
Huh?
Luke Shaw.
Luke Shaw.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. He's had some shaky games. All right. All right. Not Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw. I think I'm being a bit too unfair.
Morata.
What do you mean by that?
I think I'm.
Sorry, I was like, what? Luke, Roberto Carlos. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Luke Shaw.
I like that one.
No, thank you.
I like that one.
I
That
got
one caught my
bear.
surprise.
We got a full, yeah, we got a full, meme type of thing.
Listen, man, you know what? Man just looked and goes, "What do you mean by that?"
And then it rubs his,
Oh, let me see. Oh gosh.
there's bear people, bro.
But Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes.
Really?
He hasn't showed. Yeah, he hasn't showed up. He hasn't showed up in quite a few games. And
Some people would agree.
what's that guy's name? Oh gosh, what's that midfielder you got? The Brazilian one, not Fred, the other one. Just come in.
Casemiro.
Yeah, Casemiro had to race him up one time. Casemiro had to race him up because his performance had been sort of like bad, and he said, "Look, fix up, fix the hell up." Casemiro raced him up one time to fix the hell up. So
You know what?
Bruno
Anthony
Fernandes,
Anthony and Jaden Sancho for me have been poor.
Fair.
Jaden. I'll pick Jaden. I don't know because Jaden said hasn't really played a lot.
Anthony's 80 million quid.
Yeah, but you could.
Price, but
Yeah, but you could say you could say
He's been poor.
yeah
wow.
you could say at the end of the day that sort of like he needs another season. He's just getting used to this the actual league. You probably could say it in that way.
You could say that. Same thing with Nunes. He needs to get used to the season, but the league. But he scored 15. I'm not disputing what you're saying, but what I'm just saying is like in terms of the two, I mean, they both haven't been as great. You know what I mean? But when you look at he's come in with that expectancy in it, and he's not done well at all. Been poor.
You know what I would have said? I would have said like to me, my two would have been Bruno Fernandes and Eriksen.
Okay.
Yeah,
Can you elaborate a little bit more on Eriksen?
No, that's the thing.
Eriksen, and he's had quite a few games at the day where he's been sort of like missing. Do you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I don't doubt his technical ability.
There are
Do you know
some
what I
people,
mean?
even United fans, that be saying that's often as well lately, where
Actually,
he can,
Martial, that's another one. Martial, I think
I would have assumed that you guys would be saying Martial, like.
Yeah, you know what? That's what I'll go with Anthony and Martial.
All right, I'll go with Bruno Fernandes and Eriksen. Do you know what I mean? Because I do think Eriksen in quite a few matches at the day he does go missing. Even the last match against West Ham, he got hooked off because he wasn't up to scratch. So I'll go Bruno Fernandes and Eriksen. Do you know what I mean? That's my two. And then what's it? The one player that sort of like that we sell. I think I have to go with that.
That you got recently, signed recently, or this season, that you would want to,
I don't even.
I will have to say I have to go with Baz on that one. I have to go with Baz on that one and say Carvalho. You know what I mean? I have to go with that one. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's my thing still.
Interesting. Ensman says with Eriksen, aka Iron Man, he's be okay this season, but he fell off just before his injury this season, and that's fair. And hasn't been back to nearest best. Hey, a lot of people would agree with you there, Ensman, for sure. Yeah,
when you look at his age and what they expected, I mean, remember he's got a heart issue as well.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's I mean, I don't think there was a lot of expectancy.
No. Also, I think a lot of people didn't really necessarily expect him to be playing this many games as well, that he will be maybe more so, coming off a bench here and there, playing some games, but not like necessarily having to be like,
Constantly. Yeah,
yeah. And also, we
yeah.
did get him for free, so that's something to take into account. I still feel like he's been good, but there's been moments, where he can start off very well, but then he can drop off a bit during like the 60th minute and whatnot, where he can
Yeah,
get
yeah,
tired.
yeah.
Like you said, the heart issues and what. Hey, it
You know what it
happens,
is that
but it's
I
still been
think
important.
I think a lot of people didn't expect him to play football at all.
Yep, he
At all.
literally died on the
Yeah,
pitch.
yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah,
not even
yeah, yeah.
that's
Yeah, and kudos to him at day, right? He's got his treatment and he's come back stronger. Do you know what I mean? And he's doing his thing and everything like that, yeah.
yeah,
That's what you call devotion for that. So
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
know what I mean? But like you cannot obviously forget the performances, you know what I mean?
And
But
of course, you can
yeah,
still be like, you have that, you take that into account, but you can also still like talk around it and be like, of course, this hasn't been the best, but we get it. You still
mm,
had your role, and bless you. That's what it
yeah,
is. Yeah, when it comes
real talk.
to, uh, for me to answer the questions from Ensman, so I do agree with you guys. I do feel like, if, or technically, even if we don't win, if I'm going to be honest, even if we don't win the FA Cup, which I still do think that there's a chance. But hey, we'll talk about that in another stream. But hey, you know, I digress. I still do feel like, with the fact that Arsenal at this point doesn't look like to be winning the league, I would say we've had a better season because there's a trophy here.
We
Yeah,
won.
yeah.
That's the thing. The name of the
There's a
game is
trophy.
honors. If
You
So
yeah, it
know?
might not be the Premier League or
Yeah.
whatever, but you know what?
Yep.
You've got Champions League potentially if you finish like this, and you win the
Yep.
cup. You won another cup before that, so
Oof.
it's progression. But
That's
hopefully
way
not
better
too much.
season. Yeah.
Hopefully not too much. You get me? Sorry.
yeah, I'm hearing that.
It's
I'm
not,
hearing that.
I mean, hey, I get it. I get it. Yeah. And when it comes to, from my point of view, the players that I've, think that maybe I've been a bit underwhelming and disappointed for you guys this season when it comes to Liverpool, that would be Fabinho. The drop off of Fabinho. I'm not gonna lie. I'm wow. Wow.
I agree with
Listen,
that.
once
I
again,
agree with that.
I'm not throwing any
No,
No,
strays
no, no.
here.
I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree with that.
I'm just
a lot of people will agree with you anyway.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've been
yeah,
watching a
not
lot
true.
of Liverpool games this season and whatnot, and it's and I've rated when he was really good, like up there. I was like, whoa, hey, my hands
Mhm.
up are up. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like it's been a bit surprising. Another one I'm trying to think. Mm, who's another one? Maybe Robertson as well, but I feel like that's like a collective. I feel like there's bare
Mm.
men. Van Dyke as well, maybe. Has he really been fully the same with the after the injury? That could be the I like to call him Van Disney, and I still stand by that. But hey, you know,
I like that. Innit?
Better than Maguire. Just saying.
hey, I call Maguire Maggie, so it is what it
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
You know,
Yeah, you do actually. You
I
do actually.
do,
So yeah, fair
I
play.
do.
Fair play. You get a pass. You get a pass. You get a
Hey,
pass.
I get a pass.
You get a pass. Yeah, you do get a pass.
Exactly.
Because you when you start calling Maggie that, I was killing it. I was killing it. I said
Who's
Maggie. You know?
Yeah,
yeah.
I call him Maggie. Real
No
talk.
man, you get a pass. You get a pass. So
And Smith says, Sophia, this is your moment to banter us. Take it. Yeah,
We're trying.
you know. There's been many moments where I can banter, but right now it's like it's okay. It's okay.
So you gone for Fabinho and
And I would say Fabinho and Robertson. I want to say those two. And
okay,
Robertson.
okay. Yeah.
fair enough.
Fair
Yeah,
shot. That's a fair shot.
Pick up
yeah,
a lot this season
Yeah.
with Liverpool.
yeah.
And
Those are the ones that I want to say. And what was the last? The last one was the players that,
player.
that we signed this season that I would
So
who would
You
that be? That we signed this season. Would that be? I mean, out of all of those we signed, it might be Anthony. But then again, I still believe that we can. If I had to choose, then it probably would be Anthony.
Okay.
But I still believe that there's something, that there's a potential with Anthony. And I know that it's a bit mad to say that with the money whatnot. But is it his fault that our
Mm,
board are dumb? that our Porter in a bin. So,
But to
like, what
be
are we gonna
fair,
do?
to
It's
be
gotta
fair,
like
he played with Ten Hag last year. You know what I mean? So that's his coach. So he should, you know what I mean? In terms of
hey,
what's going on the pitch, yeah,
that is a good
he
point.
should be. But it is difficult because obviously it's not the same team as your,
Yeah, but
you know,
also it's a different
like,
league as well. But he has to. The thing is, he has to work with the overall output and the decision making. Something is like, brother, please,
Mm,
just don't be too predictable because I can see it, and the guy has pace. He gotta
mm,
just use it, know when to use it. What I miss is when we, used to have like wingers that are just super direct, just go at the defenders and whatnot,
mm,
which I
mm,
feel like we do see with, Rashford, the resurgence with Rashford, and also with Alejandro Canacho as well, the youngster. Just very not afraid at all, just goes at them and whatnot. I do definitely like that. Ensman says, I would say Fab and Hendo been poor.
yeah,
Yeah,
that I
yeah, yeah.
agree.
mm.
That
I
I
might
agree
even,
with.
you know
That's what
what?
I thought.
I might
Yeah.
even say Hendo as well. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But the last one that is put there, I'm actually surprised you're actually saying that. And I
Ramsey.
mean,
Okay.
the boy, you know, what his
Yeah.
last game for us, he played really well, didn't he?
You know, I feel I know where Ensman's getting at because he's like injured already. Is like, have we got another
It's growing
injury prone
pains.
player?
You look at
Do
Steven
you know what I
Gerrard.
mean?
Gerrard had the same thing when he was younger. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? I know why he
yeah.
wants Ramsey gone because he wants he wants Gomez as a right back in it as a sub right back. He wants Gomez to go in it.
Was that what you saying
Yeah.
about some agenda? Yeah,
I
is there
think
some agenda?
I
Agenda
don't know,
driven,
bro.
maybe. We see
I
you,
don't know.
Ends.
I don't know.
Allegedly, but
Brad, listen, Brad has literally got his number. You know, he said it. Brad has got his number.
hey, I
I'm
mean,
just thinking, but he'll come back with something smart in it. But remember, he's young. He's literally just growing pains. His last
Yeah.
game for us in a shirt like proper. He did get a red card, but I mean, like, you know, in a derby game, in a cup match, he was
which game
decent, man.
has he played? Because I can't, like, I don't have a
Napoli,
face to this guy,
Napoli,
Ramsey.
Napoli,
Oh,
And he played
he
Napoli.
against Derby as well. I thought he was brilliant.
Oh
Where did he
wow.
play? Did he play in the derby as well?
No, he played against Derby County, I think.
Oh, okay.
Oh right, yeah.
Something like that, yeah. But we played
Yeah,
really well in that. He played really well in that game. He's like a
yeah.
Robertson, but with right and left foot. No more
This.
injury prone. Then that means all
See,
of our.
I said that to you, didn't I? I said
You
that to
fair
you.
guys,
That's
man.
what he's scared of. That's
So
what
that,
he's scared of.
so
I
hold
said
up a
that.
second. Isn't Gomez an injury prone player, bro?
He's not
Exactly.
as
He's
much as
done
Arthur.
as much as
Is this agenda driven then? Is that what we're saying?
Brother.
But Arthur's howled and Ramsey's only a Ute, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I do think
We see
Ramsey
you,
at the
Ends.
day.
We see you.
I do think Ramsey next season at the day he's gonna be good. I have a
Yeah.
feeling he's gonna be good. Do you know what I mean? He's gonna allow someone like Trent to go into midfield.
This is what I'm thinking. I think that's what they'll probably do at some point. Liverpool are not going to go and spend like 5-6, gone by 5-6 players. They're going to buy either maybe two players in midfield, and maybe I don't know a defender or something. But I don't think they're going to
I
spend big on
reckon.
defender. I think they'll probably get a few freebies, but I think
Maybe.
I have a feeling Ramsey's going to be part of the furniture and Gomez as well. But
Would you go? Would you? Quick question to Baz here.
Yeah.
go for it.
Would you get Tillemans? He's not free, but would you get him?
No, you know the thing is, right? He's just super inconsistent, super inconsistent for what he is. On his days a great player,
I
but
like him. But yeah, I see what you're
yeah,
saying.
he's just super inconsistent. That's the thing. He's still got age, he's still got age and stuff. I don't know if he plays for a better team. Maybe you know, what I
Maybe
mean,
you show more up then if he plays
maybe,
for, somebody. I don't know, another
I
team.
reckon. I reckon at the day you go and get that sort of player like Tillemans, yeah, and you have him as a squad player.
you know what,
Squad
bro.
player.
For
That
depth.
man, that's some good
I
squad
hear what
player.
you're saying and I agree to a point, bro. But I just think, you know what, bro? We're Liverpool, man. We don't need we need better quality than that, bro. We need to be looking at the Barellas of this world. We need to be looking at the, Bellinghams of this world. You know what I mean? Irrespective of what's going on. That's another thing.
Yeah,
We
good
need
point.
quality players. Tillemans, I don't think he's quality enough for Liverpool. I don't even rate him to go on the bench.
Do you know? But do you know what? Do you know what though? The only thing I will say about Barella, I know he's a fantastic player, amazing player. But the only thing I will say about him, this is my only worry about Barella, is that the Italian league is much more slower than the Premiership. Yeah, and he's not going to get time to do what he does in the Italian league, much less than to do it in the Premier League. You understand what I'm saying? You know, so that's my only problem at the day, is that can he adjust to the Premier League, the speed, the physicality of the Premier League? Can he do that?
Who, Barella?
You know what I mean? Well, yeah. Can he adjust to the physicality and can he
Yeah.
adjust to the speed of the Premiership? Because remember, at the day in Italy, it's less physical and it's slower. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Mhm.
So are we seeing a fantastic player because of those two factors? Do you understand what I'm saying? You
Can.
always take a risk in bringing an Italian player into your squad. Do you know what I mean? You
You,
always
yeah,
take a risk. You know
It
what I mean?
can.
That's my
You
only
know,
worry with him.
yeah,
I
no,
get
I
that.
hear you, but like people like you've had a few that have come out are good. Like, look at I'll give you one example that I thought was good for their club, and that was Di Matteo when he came from where did he come from? Was it Lazio? To
One of those teams, isn't it? It's one of those teams, isn't it?
Yeah, one of those
Mm.
teams to Chelsea. I thought he was brilliantly well. Obviously, we got Aquilani and stuff like that, and that was bad. But
Oh yeah.
you know, I mean, the thing is, you can do. I mean, I get what you're saying. You know, I mean, it is physical, it's different, and you know, the passing and stuff like you're not going to have enough time on the ball to do that brilliant passing like
Yeah.
you know, your Pirlos can do and stuff like that. Personally, I would want like a proven player in the Premiership that's done it. So I would want someone like a Calcedo or a McAllister or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
I would
yeah,
also
Yes.
like maybe
Yes.
like
Yes.
a
Yes.
Dutchman, like a Gravenberch or
Yep.
something like that as well.
yeah. I think that's why, that's why people are saying about, you us obviously going after you Ugarte, you know what I mean? And it's not one week we're going after, one week we're not. But like they said they're not and they're still interested in Mateus Nunes. I can understand that. I can
Mm.
understand that. Because Mateus Nunes, he's been in the Premiership and he's had a taste of the Premiership and he knows what it's like. Sometimes when you buy foreign players, no matter who it is, yeah, sometimes you do take a risk because can they adjust to the physicality and the speed of the Premiership? Do you know what I mean? Can they adjust? Do you know what I
Mm.
mean? But
Mm.
if you've got like a person in day that's actually been playing in the Premiership, do you know what I mean? He knows what it's all about. He knows the physicality. He knows the speed and stuff, right? He's going to fit right into your team, much less than buying somebody from Sporting Lisbon, Inter Milan, Barcelona, whatever. And you remember, you hope that this player and they can be explosive.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm getting at? Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. It's a
Before
gamble,
we know anything, it's a game. Before we know anything, like people like Anthony and Nunes and everything might not even get adjust to the Premiership. They might not
Yes.
adjust. And let's say if they don't adjust anything for that, that's what 90 million nearly spent. That's 80 something million that we spent. Do you know what I mean? Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's a
It is.
gamble. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Gamble.
It is for sure.
Everything's a
Yeah.
gamble, man. Everything's a gamble.
Yeah, for real, man.
I
For
think
real.
Zola was all right at Devils Rising. I think Zola was actually all right. Veron, he had an awful time, but I thought Zola
Oh
was
man, he's horrible, wasn't he?
Hey, you
But
know.
he came with some. The thing is about it, he came with a lot of promise. That's what I'm trying to say. He came with a lot of promise to Man United because he was playing at Lazio and he was like Italian's the best midfielder in the Italian league. You know what I mean? He was doing bits. You know what I mean? So he came with so much promise. I believe he paid something like 29 million for him at that time. Do you know what I
Mm.
mean? But he came to sort of like Man United and it didn't work out. However, he left Man United. When he left Man United, he went to Chelsea. It didn't work out. Do you know what I mean? So the Premiership clearly, at the end of the day,
Sometimes,
wasn't for him.
you
You know
know,
what I mean?
some
Wasn't.
players fits other leagues better than you know
Yeah.
other ones.
And
It is
however,
what it is.
you had Aguero at the end of the day, Sergio Aguero, which was Argentinian as well.
Mm-hmm.
Look what he done when he come into Man City. He's Man
Right?
City's top scorer. So it
Yeah.
depends on the player, doesn't it?
Yes, and also like when it comes to, for instance, with you guy, your guy, Salah, right? Chelsea was there, didn't work out. Went to Italy and whatnot,
Done
did
well.
well, and then for you guys at Liverpool, hey, flourished and whatnot. So
Mm.
sometimes people need to, for some people they go to different clubs and it doesn't work out within the same league and whatnot. And they go to a different league and then they ball out and whatnot. And then some just kind of have to dip their toes into different leagues and different clubs and whatnot. And then they'd be like, okay, maybe I was a failure at or a flop at this first stint, but then I go back and suddenly I really show
Look at
my true colors. You never know.
look at Diego Forlan. Diego Forlan. When he was with your club and everything, he didn't really score a lot of goals. He didn't score a lot of goals. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
However, he went to Spain and everything. He went to Spain, played for Villarreal, played for Atletico Madrid, and he was explosive. He was so explosive in the day, right? Man United was thinking of getting him back. You know what I mean? There was thoughts of getting him back. Do you know what I mean? He was explosive. So yeah, it's swings and roundabouts. I think sometimes, isn't it? Really.
Yeah,
Mm.
real talk. Yeah. There was a
Michael
really good.
Oliver.
Hmm?
Michael Oliver. I think Daz in the chat said referee for the
Oh,
FA Cup. I think Michael Oliver or
oh,
Mike Dean or something like that.
That's who do you
interesting.
think?
Hmm.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I'll go with that still. I'll go with that.
Maybe we'll see.
Or
There was a
Taylor.
good question here that I wanted to end with here, but before I do that, and Cement, the fact that I haven't made you a mod before, brother, my bad. Sometimes I'd be like, I don't realize, but should have done that time ago. But I have made you a mod now, so
You can
no
make me as
worries.
well if you want, if you
Oh
need one
yeah,
as well.
yeah, for sure, yeah, 100%. That'll be great. Definitely would do that.
Yeah,
As Ben
yeah.
says, my
My
bad. The
dad's one of them
questions kept you
Empress.
longer. It's no worries. It was good conversation. So yeah. Let Sophia gets to rest last. She needs to be up early. Hey, it is.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It is.
Can have the
One
last
last
question.
one because it was a really good question here as well from Ozan, and big up to everybody that's put up the questions. Who on the panel rates Romeo Lavia from Southampton? I do.
I like
Anybody
him.
else?
I like him. I think he's
Quality.
yeah, he's good. He's good. I do prefer Calcedo a bit better though. But I do
Okay.
I wouldn't complain having Lavia for sure. I think he's
Yeah,
brilliant.
Mm,
yeah, yeah. He's
it's good.
young,
Expect to see.
aspiring player. You know?
Expect to see him. Obviously, if um, well, it looks like Southampton are going to go down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't look like they're going to go down.
Should we
But
go and raid Southampton's team? Have a little bit
well,
of
it's
a
going to get
yard.
raided.
Do a
It's going to
Liverpool.
get. It's going to get
Yeah,
raided again. It's going to get
Yeah.
raided again.
They've
No
got
yeah.
doubt.
that right back. I wouldn't mind Kyle Walker
Kyle
Peters.
Walker
I wouldn't
Peters.
mind
Yeah, good.
Ooh,
Klaus. I
Come on
that
wouldn't
now.
is
mind
fun.
Lavia.
I'm
There's a
telling
few.
you, there's a few that you will be like, him, and him. Might as well.
Yeah, they got some. You Southampton, they've always had some like good players from
Yeah, because
past and
remember,
present.
you guys years back had like Southampton
We
full on
raided
raid.
them,
That was
man.
also yeah.
Yeah, we
That
used to
was also
beat
the
him up. We used
same
to rob
time when
them.
we got Luke Shaw as well from
We butchered
Southampton.
them. Yeah, no, you got Luke. You got
Yeah.
Luke Shaw, and you got like Morgan Sliderlin as well. Sliderlin.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so freaking of we've had. Oh my
Yeah, the
God,
French shoot. The French shoot. You
Lord
got
have
him.
Schneiderlin,
Yeah,
Fellaini.
you
Schneiderlin.
got
Wow.
Sliderlin there.
Oh, we were in
Sliderlin.
the gutter and trenches.
When we raided them, we took Adam Lallana.
We beat
We
them up,
took
man.
we took what's that guy's name? Lovren. We took we took the right back.
Klein,
Yeah, Klein. We took Klein here. We took
I
Sadio
saw Klein
Mane.
Lalana, Van
show.
Dijk.
That was
Uh,
funny, man.
you
Yeah,
took Sadio Mane, and we took
yeah, he was lovely.
Lambert. Innit? Ricky Lambert was playing for them at that time, wasn't he? We
We
took
took
him as well.
Yo,
we took a lot. We
that
took a lot.
that's a bit
Oh,
shady. I'm not gonna
yeah,
lie. Just being like, Southampton, we want all of them. Bring us all of them. What?
yeah. We raided them, man. We raided them. It was like it was like some Dick Turpin business, man. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
some worked out, some didn't. But hey, it is what it
Yeah,
is.
Lallana was. I actually liked Lallana. I
I
thought
didn't mind it.
Lallana.
might.
was a brilliant player. Do you know what I mean? And he was him and Cop was like that. Him and Cop
Just
was like that.
injuries.
Cop really did
Thing.
like him still.
Just
You know what I
injuries.
mean? But he just he's just the injuries. You know what I mean? But I can understand that and they. I can understand that and they why they bought Lanana from Southampton because I see one of his games at the day, and I can't remember who the team was, but he's playing his team in the and he literally annihilated them. He did this move where he sort of like he was on the left and he did this run and everything. He must have took on about 3 players. He's got past 3 players and everything, and he's dropped his shoulder and put in the right and bottom corner. And as he's done that, he's still running, and he literally ran round the goal celebrating and come back on the pitch. The way he did it was just like wicked. Nah, he was a baller back in the day, man. He was a baller. He's just that when he came to sort of like Liverpool, he was just
Yeah.
injuries. It's just the injuries, man,
Yeah.
that killed him.
Hey, it happens. But he had his
Yeah,
moments for sure. Yeah,
yeah.
100%.
He's actually born in the same town of what I was born in. He was born in St
Really?
Albans. Yeah, he's from St Albans. That's where
Okay.
he's from St Albans, and then obviously
Cool.
later on they went to
Yeah,
Southampton.
yeah, yeah.
But he's a St Albans guy. St Albans guy.
For
Mm.
sure. 100%. He's still at Brighton, is he not? Or am I tripping?
Yeah,
Yeah. I
yeah,
feel like I
still
haven't
there,
seen him
still
in a
there.
while, but yeah, maybe injuries there as well, maybe potentially. Because I don't feel like I've seen him on the, or he's just
He's,
maybe sitting on the bench. I have no idea. I just
he's in
feel
and
like
out
I've
of
been
the team,
watching
man.
Brighton. Yeah, that could
Yeah,
be
he's
the
in and out
case.
of the
But
team.
it happens. But yeah, guys, I appreciate that you guys took your time on to, to come on and talk, some football with your girl. I appreciate it. I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
man.
Plug your channel, both of you.
That's first, man. My brethren first.
Yeah, big up, man. Big up. Thanks for having me, and thank you. Big up chat as well. You can find me on LVFC TV. That's my YouTube channel. And otherwise, you can see me on all the other content makers as Sofia and obviously Rods, Statman. Yeah, big up, man.
Yeah,
Awesome.
man.
Yeah.
He's certainly a guy I love having on my show. Do you know what I mean? Because yeah, man, he can talk some reasons, some facts and stuff. So he's certainly a guy that I love to have on my show still. You know what I mean? You can find me at Anfield Uncle Roz on YouTube, also Anfield Uncle Roz on Instagram, and the same for Twitter. But everybody, please, please, please smash the like for my sister. Smash the like and subscribe for my sister, my beautiful sister. I love her to bits. You know what I mean? She's hardworking. Do you know what I mean? Puts on
Absolutely.
some good stuff. Do you know what I mean? And she's also my co-presenter on the panel debate show. You know, for that, and I always look forward to that show. You know what I mean?
Say,
There's no show this weekend because I could do the show, but it won't be the same without you, Sophie. So I'm putting it to next week. You know what I mean? So yeah,
I'll be there.
everybody, please like and subscribe to her channel. Get up to 2,000 and beyond and everything that because she does some brilliant work and I got love and respect for this lady. Man. Big up.
Thank you so
Absolutely.
much. Oh,
Facts.
I
Facts.
appreciate it. I appreciate it. Very kind words. Thank you, guys. People, once again, do subscribe to both of them and also to Enz who was here and everybody else that's been here. Big up. Appreciate it. I will not do a show tomorrow. I might be a guest on another show for somebody tomorrow. I'm not completely sure, but I'll be back with 2 shows on Friday. So I'm gonna be doing a live match preview for Man United versus Wolves, and I'm actually going to be having Macy on for the very first time to do
Oh,
a
wicked,
yeah.
wicked.
We're going to do a
I'm
match preview
tuning in
for
for that.
the I'm excited. I'm super excited to have her on. We're going to be doing a match preview for the Man United women's team versus Chelsea, the FA Cup final. So I wanted to,
Brilliant.
she knows a lot about,
Yeah.
Oh
Man
yeah,
United in general and women's football. She has a lot of
yeah.
knowledge. So it's like, we need to do the show justice. So we got to bring on the heavy hitter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Guys,
I
yeah.
check
said I said,
check
I
that
said
out.
that for a long time. I said that for a long time that you and Macy and I don't know who else that you have on the show. I said that for a long time. You need to collaborate. You need to do a collab together because that
100%.
will be brilliant. Do
Oh
you
yeah,
two
yeah, yeah.
doing a collab together? Do
Yes, I'm
you know what I
excited
mean?
that
So yeah.
the schedule
So I'm happy.
aligned. So
Yeah.
we were able to do it.
I'm
So
excited that it's happening now.
yeah,
I'm definitely gonna tune in. I'm definitely gonna tune in for
yeah.
that.
Oh, it's gonna be dope. So that's if you want to be able to be notified and whatnot, make sure that you guys do subscribe, give this video a big thumbs up, And do join the membership if you want to. Another way to support the channel. No worries if you can still support by just liking the video, subscribing, watching. That's free as well. So I do appreciate it. But yeah, see you guys on Friday, and then there'll be watch alongs on Saturday and Sunday. So yeah, big up everybody. Have a lovely day, night, evening, morning, afternoon, where we are in the world. But we are out. Bye bye.
Peace.
Peace.
Are you all right? Yes. No, you are all left.